And we are on to committee reports. Legislative update, Mrs. Shorter.
I just have one brief item, and I spoke with you, Nancy, about this. I was just trying to get some clarification. In House Bill 10, House Bill 110, which was a huge package that pertained to funding, school funding, there apparently is a provision that, as of right now, we're seeking greater clarification, but it would limit a public school's ability to participate or offer raffles for fundraising. So this would exempt organizations like the PTC, outside organizations that are functioning as nonprofits. But for student organizations within Fairfield, I just wanted to make sure that that was information that was out there. Until this is clarified or addressed or overturned, hopefully, any of those student organizations would need to have fundraising in another manner outside of a raffle. So this was, we're not sure as to how the bill slipped by. We're hoping that it will be addressed so that organizations can continue and have all of their options for fundraising, since raffles are part of student fundraising for certain organizations. And that's it. It's just a brief little update there. We'll keep an eye on it to see what happens.
Great, thank you.
Ms. Shorter, was there any explanation of, well, probably got packed with a bunch of other...
Well, unfortunately, it is kind of the way that our Ohio Revised Code 2915, the way that it refers to raffles, like as a form of bingo, it placed public schools at a disadvantage because we collect public dollars. So this provision that was added into, or rider that was added into House Bill 110, it exempts private schools because of the fact that private schools are allowed to, have bingos and not collect the public dollars. But because we collect public dollars and the way that this revised code is written, it inadvertently, for the first time ever, has tripped up public schools. I'm not sure how that happened.
You got bundled with a bunch of other
it
items.
Did, and I'm
because
hoping
we're getting government funding, we're being penalized because of that.
that's
can be.
the way that it seems to me. Hopefully, Mr. Clemens can provide some extra.
No, I read it the same way you explained it, Mrs. Shorter. I think it's a potential, it was an oversight, but
Well, parents, if you're listening, please call your congressman on this one.
this would be your state rep.
State rep.
Yep,
Thank you, John. Thank you, Ms. Shorter.
no problem. Hopefully, it gets fixed. That's it.
Okay, great, thank you. Butler Tech update, just quickly, the Natural Science Center, $12 million project is close to completion. Still very proud of the district completing their building projects on time and under budget, but that was several years ago. Can you imagine trying to do that now in this current environment? But Butler Tech's close to doing that. Hopes to be online, up and running yet in October. So congratulations there. Next up, student achievement. Mrs. Gundry.
Okay, tonight I wanted to recognize high school student Karen Kiganda. She created and presented an oil pastel painting in the 2022 ACT-SO competition with the NAACP, and she earned a gold medal at the regional level and a bronze medal at the national level. So that is a big deal, and congratulations, Karen.
Thank you. Congratulations, Karen. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Scott. Mr.
Yes.
Scott, go ahead.
Countrywide fall cleaning on October 22nd at 10 a.m. at the Fairfield Aquatic Center. And what that means, it's open to the public to bring your trash, old furniture, computers, anything that you want to give away or that's trash. on October 22nd at the Aquatic Center. The Parks Department will help you get rid of that, so October 22 at 10 a.m. And then the car shows, I say shows because they merged 3 shows together last weekend, which was fantastic. If you spent any time over the weekend at Village Green or in that area, you probably saw a lot of cars and probably heard some music and smelled some good food. And I think Brian and Billy were down there serving the community in a great way, so thank you guys for that. And Brian, you might have took part in this. It was a 55 and older group as a part. Did you go on that trip?
I did not attend that, Mr. Clark.
They went to Buc-ee's. And I think the closest Buc-ee's is, what, Kentucky or something? Yeah. So they had a road trip, and a lot of them went down there. And I was going to ask you how it went, but I've never been to Buc-ee's. I would love to go to Buc-ee's. I hear it's an amazing adventure on itself, so more to
Something you have to
come.
look forward to one day.
One day. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Question for Ms. Clark?
I do, I have a question. That recycling day, is that just for Fairfield City residents, or is it possibly open to township folk?
I'm going to say township as well, but let me double check. Because one thing we've tried to do, like a lot of other departments and communities, combine those two together. So it says Fairfield residents. I can get clarification on that, but I'm going to say township is welcome. If it comes back on me, it's on me.
There you go. Mr. Clark has made that decision.
We're all about relationships.
Disclaimer, it says Fairfield residents. Be careful, Scott.
Fairfield residents.
We'll move along to Planning Commission. Mr. Smith, do we have
All
a
right.
report?
Planning Commission, their most recent meeting was canceled once again, so no new information tonight from the Planning Commission.
Great, thank you, Mr. Smith.